Yo, what's going on, guys? Chenzo here, back with another video. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a new PvE build I've been using. You can use this in PvP, but if you do plan to use it in PvP, you're going to have to switch around the armor pieces, which I'll tell you which armor pieces you'll switch around here in a second. But yes, it's a Gulped Lore PvE build. It's actually going to be based off of the sleek leather jacket key armor piece. This is what works best with the Gulped Lore. So it actually isn't compatible, and you don't want to use Jaws as a secondary. You're actually your best secondary is going to be Wildfire, maybe a crossbow if you like the crossbow, if you, the recurve crossbow if you don't have Wildfire. But Wildfire will definitely be your number one priority for a secondary, as you are going to want to be using the Gulped Lure a lot. But you can use this if needed in PvP or PvE. So with this build, it's really dependent on headshots, and how it works is for every 1 meter unstable bomber is away from the player, your unstable bomber final damage is a plus 2%. So the further you are away from the PvP player you're attacking or the enemy you're attacking, proccing that unstable bomber is going to give you a higher percentage, and it works well because this is a sniper. And then obviously Gulped Lure, you need to hit headshots with the Gulped Lure in order to proc the unstable bomber, because it's an 80% chance to trigger it. So with this build, you're going to want to use the Wildfire as your secondary slash primary. And with your mod on that, you're going to want to run a vulnerability amplifier. I run precision, as precision is really good with this build because you're going to be running a 3-piece renegade. So it's going to help with your precision damage. So precision is super good with this build. So is talents, maybe not on Wildfire specifically, but on any of your armor pieces, talents isn't the worst. So going into the Gulped Lure here, first, with your calibration, you're going to be wanting to run rapid shot style double weak spot damage. Now, I don't have a double weak spot damage available as I use it on my bingo, so currently I'm using a double elemental damage. Either work. Double elemental damage is still pretty good, as you'll see in the clips here, but I'm going to be honest, double weak spot damage is definitely going to be the way to go. With this weapon, you're going to be running a Munitions Amplifier mod. If you're in PvP or just in general, you could also run heavy explosives. But for me, I just like the extra damage. I think the extra damage is good. Munitions Amplifier, good way to go. So looking back, I didn't go over what accessories slash attachments I use on the weapons. So that's my bad, and I'm going to add this part at some point in the video. So just so you can see, for my pistol, I use the Camouflage Suppersor, the compact reflex sight, the small infrared indicator, and I also use the extended pistol mag. And then normally, tungsten pistol bullets, but I'm using steel right now as I'm just farming. Same thing with the Gulped Lure here. Normally tungsten bullets, but I think I was just farming when before I recorded this, so I was running steel bullets for that. For the accessories, I run the Intergrated Suppressor on the muzzle. The optic is the precision optic. I run the tactical laser sight, and then the tactical SR mag. So those are going to be the attachments for both weapons, and my apologies for forgetting that. Your secondary doesn't matter too much. Or excuse me, your melee. With the armor pieces here, you're going to be running a 3-piece Renegade, 1-piece Bastille, 1-piece heavy duty shoes, and then the sleek leather jacket. If you're going to be playing PvP, you're going to replace the 3 pieces of Renegade and the 1-piece heavy duty shoes with a 4-piece Savior. If you don't have 4 pieces of Savior and only have 3, you could do a heavy duty piece with the 3 pieces of Savior. But 4-piece Savior is going to be the way to go with this build for PvP. It's basically the way to go for every PvP build in this game. So 4-piece Savior is going to be the way to go. So back onto the PvE side of things, and back onto basically this build for PvE, because that's what I use it for, as it's really not meta in PvP, and there is just a meta in PvP. Bingo is just so good. You're always going to be seeing that. So come in here with your hood, you're going to be running Precise Strike mod, Precision. So you can run Precision or Talents if you're looking for either or. Either or could go hand in hand with this build. So I run Precise Strike Precision on my hood. For my mask, we run Point Detonation, Talents. On the shirt, we run a weak spot damage boost just to help that weak spot damage that we're going to be inflicting with our sniper. Because like I said, Gulped is all headshots, weak spot damage in order to proc your unstable bomber. For the pants, you're going to run Unstoppable. I have Precision. For your gloves, you're going to run weak spot damage. And for your shoes, which is just everything in the game, like it's just a must for every build in the game, you're going to run Covered Advanced. So I didn't get into the pants or gloves here, excuse me, and I'll just say gloves, weak spot damage again. It just goes hand in hand with needing to proc your Gulped lore, running the 3-piece Renegade as well. Weak spot damage boost is really good. If you don't want to go, you could possibly go Munitions Amplifier, but I like weak spot damage boost. Unstoppable here, your weak spot damage is a plus 20% when a bullet hits a target for more than 20 meters away, right? So for every additional 1 meter up from the target, the weak spot damage is plus 1% up to 20%, right? So this whole build is about keeping distance, whether you're in PvE or PvP. So Unstoppable is really the way to go. This build might not be the best in PvP on a cargo scramble per se. It's not terrible, but somewhere like in the actual PvP zones in the frontiers is where you're going to see more action and be able to use this Gulped lure to the best of its possible ability and potential. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Covered Advanced as well, sorry. If you guys don't know, it's basically taking no damage within 4 seconds and grants plus 20% melee weapon and status damage for 30 seconds. It's just 20% damage is crazy. I mean, if you're running something like a status build, I mean, you're getting the weapon and the status damage, so it's just so good. It's such a good perk, and excuse me, a mod. And if you guys don't know, you run it on basically every build, so that's a no-brainer. Give me. I know there's the cradle here, and I was saving that for last, so don't be too worried about that. For your cradle here, and we have everything equipped on what you're gonna want to run. This is going to be your normal boss setup. So basically, when you're going against any normal boss, this is going to be what you're going against. Now, if you have to throw in any of the void or regen, you would run either regen, and you wouldn't be able to attack any void with this. But for any of your monolith bosses, or if you don't have to worry about regen, this is pure PvE damage cradle. So you would run the long range enhancement to boost up your sniper rifle damage. You would run the deviation master as well as a master tactician just to boost up that damage against bosses and elites. For here, you are going to run status enhancement. After hitting a weak spot, your status damage is plus 25% for 3 seconds. So status damage goes really hand with this build. Obviously, Unstable Bomber proc status damage. So this is really good, especially because you're going to be trying to constantly hit weak spots. First round blast is after reloading instant damage, power surge, and Unstable Bomber. Plus 25%, so another Unstable Bomber mod you're going to want to run. Series Detonation as well after a unit takes damage from an Unstable Bomber. If the unit takes damage from the bomber within 3 seconds, final damage is increased by 25%. So again, another Unstable Bomber mod, Unstable Bomber mod you're going to want to have equipped. And then your last 2 mods here are going to go hand in hand with the bullseye that we're running, the Wildfire. And that's going to be Steady Hand. So basically your weak spot damage to the bullseye is a plus 20%. So that's going to go hand with, we need to hit weak spots, as well as this increases that damage. Not only is this good for our sniper, but if we just need to pull out our pistol and get a couple kills, you can easily grab a kill, activate this, and then also activate this. So after you defeating a marked target, your weapon damage is a plus 25%, and your weak spot damage is a plus 35% for 15 seconds. So this would be the other bullseye perk you would activate. So same thing, when you're trying to get a kill here, this would just activate your weak spot damage and make it so that you can get kills faster. And here as well, this is going to increase your weak spot damage and weapon damage when you mark a target, and more specifically kill that marked target. So this is also a really good cradle perk to have, as if you just need to get a kill with your pistol, you get a kill, you activate this, and this can be activated by just marking a target with the pistol, but then swapping to your sniper. And yeah, so that is everything, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. If there is anything I forgot and anything else you guys would like to see specifically with the build, let me know. If I haven't already had clips of me getting kills and going against bosses already, you're going to get those clips here in a second. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys got any questions, please let me know in the comments. Like I said, this is the first builds video, so hopefully it was short, sweet, and I didn't miss anything. But if I did, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer your questions. Alright, take care everybody.